AV in your ears, that's Ambush Vid, giving you this audio visual down the most interesting street in the world. With my boy Steve, Fascination Street, you already know. Let's get it when you whip in the Fascination Street. What do you...
Hi, this is Paul Feig for the fourth time, and you're listening to Fascination Street Podcast.
AV in your ears, that's Ambush Vid, giving you this audio visual down the most interesting street in the world. With my boy Steve, Fascination Street, you already know. Let's get it when you whip in the Fascination Street. What do you...
Welcome back, Streetwalkers. This episode is with Jack Seavor McDonald. Jack is an actor out in the Los Angeles area, and you have seen him in a bunch of things. Jack has been on 4 seasons of the Netflix television show Never Have I Ever. He has been on Good Girls, Modern Family, Fighting with My Family. He was cut out of that film, but still. He was in Those Who Can't, Why Women Kill, Young Sheldon, the TV show Ted, and my favorite of his credits, Hacks. In this episode, we get to know Jack and what made him become an actor. We also talk about what made him dive into the improv universe. We talk about some of those projects that I mentioned before, go in depth about a few of them. I share some personal stories relating to some of those projects. And Jack explains to the rest of us a little known feature of the acting industry and the journey to becoming a member of SAG-AFTRA. A special thanks to Lisa Pellegrin. I appreciate all of your help in making this happen, Lisa. You are a mensch, and I appreciate it so much. And this is my conversation with improv player and actor Jack Seavor McDonald.
Prepare to be fascinated. Prepare to be fascinated. Prepare to be fascinated.
Welcome to Fascination Street Podcast, Jack Seavor McDonald. What's up, dude?
Hey, Steve. Thanks so much for having me. Not much going on. Nice, beautiful, rainy day today.
Where are you?
I'm in Glendale.
Now I think you're a liar. It doesn't rain there.
Yeah, well, you're just going to have to take my word.
All right. So this is the one day a year it rains.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Lucky for us.
So, Jack, what I like to do is I like to start from the beginning. It helps us understand how the guests got from where they were to where they are, man. So where were you born and raised, dude? Where'd you grow up?
I was born and raised in the Inland Empire.
The IE!
Yeah. Yep. Fontana.
Do people call it Fontucky, or is that just nobody says that?
Nobody from there says it, but
It's a derogatory term.
it feels like it.
It sounds like it. The people that I've heard say it, it has a derogatory
Bent. Yeah, right.
What did your parents do, man? I know that it wasn't acting.
Right. My mom is a teacher. She started doing that when I was like 10. Before that, she's a stay-at-home mom. And my dad is a mechanic.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter is a teacher, so hats off to Jack's mom.
And to your daughter.
Thank you. So what was the plan, man? What did you want to be when you grew up? When you were a little kid sitting in the IE, well, what did you want to be, man?
When I was really young, I thought I could be a video game tester, which that is a thing. It's, you get your quality assurance people in there. But then I realized that it required quite a bit more work than just playing the game. And then at my preschool graduation, I said to a big crowd of adults that I wanted to work at Taco Bell when I grew up.
Oh.
I had it all figured out. Yeah, I could just eat that food on my lunch break, and then I saved money.
Did you? Well, you'd save 45 cents because that shit's real cheap.
Exactly.
Were you ever able to achieve your dream of working at the Bell?
I didn't. I applied one time and got through to an interview, but I didn't get the job. One of the questions on their application was, how did you hear about Taco Bell?
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Did you say the movie Demolition Man?
No, that would have been good too. But what I said was I was walking through a foggy morning starving with no sustenance when all of a sudden a purple light pierced through, and I thought, think outside the bun.
Ah,
Exactly.
I love that. Are you familiar with comedian slash host, personality, podcaster Adam Carolla?
Yeah.
He wrote a book a few years ago called Not Taco Bell Material.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
He, like you, applied at a Taco Bell and they told him, nah, we're good.
Yeah.
And so he ended up making that part of his redemption story. If you ever get a chance to pick up that book, it is quite humorous.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love books by actors about their lives. That's great.
The whole book is kind of about, thank Christ I wasn't Taco Bell material because look where I am now.
Yeah, right.
What are the chances that in all of your busy comings and goings with all of this acting work that you're doing and have done, what are the chances we could get you on a Taco Bell commercial and then it would be like you did it?
Real full circle. I mean, that'd be great. I actually, let's see, 2017 was when I started. It's like 9-ish years that I've been doing this. I've never seen a Taco Bell commercial in the audition notices. So I don't know. There's something going on there where
How weird is that?
only decisions being made in the top levels, I guess, about that.
Well, then I guess we just have to put in a phone call to Mr. Bell.
That's right. I'll go to the headquarters over by Irvine and just knock on the elevator.
Well, I'm in San Antonio where we know what Mexican food is or Tex-Mex. So sadly, just me being here will carry more weight than you walking into the door of the headquarters.
All right. That's good. As long as I have you on my side.
That's right. We will reach out to Mr. Bell.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll get them to use you instead of that Chihuahua from the 2000s. You remember that?
I do.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. We'll get you on the campaign.
Good.
After your bouts of depression, having not been able to get a job making the world's arguably least exciting burritos, you decided to, I don't know, keep going to high school, right? So you're in high school.
Yeah.
And this is a weird thing that is very, very California. You were the president of your high school improv team.
Yes.
Outside of California, high schools do not have an improv team that I'm aware of. When did you decide to get up on the stage? I know you did plays and you did some acting in high school. When was it that you decided to jump up on that stage? Or was it before high school?
Well, actually, yeah, it was in middle school. I mean, I'd been doing plays with my school and then reading out loud in funny voices during class, but
Were you getting in trouble or was this on purpose?
no, this was on purpose. I was dancing a fine line. The teacher liked that I was engaging the students, and the students liked that I was doing something kind of funny. And so I was being called on to read, and then I'd say, "Can I do an accent?" And then they'd be like, "Okay, sure." So it was in middle school. I auditioned for Alice in Wonderland Jr.
The Mad Hatter?
That's right.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. And this was a company, Valverde School of Performing Arts, that I had no connection with. And so to me, that was really validating of my skills, that they hired me, and that it's not like they know my mom or something. So to me, that really made me think, wow, I could actually do this. And so it was in middle school that I was like, no, I want to be an actor. This is my passion.
So when I was in middle school, I wanted to be an actor. I guess before that, in elementary school, I was the Grinch in The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Nice.
You say nice. That's the lead character. He's got a lot of lines. All of those lines weren't enough. My dad said, look here, if you're going to do this, you're going to do it right. You're not just going to learn your lines. You're going to learn the whole goddamn play.
Whoa.
So my dad made me learn everybody's lines, the whole play. And I did it. It was fun, question mark? And then I stayed out of acting for a little while. I was like, that was a lot.
Yeah, he really gave you the old smoke this whole pack of acting right in front of me.
He really did smoke this whole pack of acting. I love it.
Yeah.
So then fast forward to, I don't know, middle school, 7th, 8th grade, something like that. Oddly enough, it was another Christmas play. I was Santa in The Island of Misfit Toys or something like that.
Oh, okay.
In class, I was all over it. In class, I was all over it. And in class, I was all over it. When it came time to do the actual show, first we were going to do it in front of the entire school before we did it in front of the parents later that evening.
Yep.
That was second period. And I was so nervous that I missed my bus on purpose. And then I rode my bicycle past my school to the local grocery store. Are you familiar with those little jars of pimentos? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, yeah.
I proceeded to, for the next hour and a half, rearrange the jars of pimentos.
Oh my gosh.
And then I went to school and was like, what? I missed it? What?
Oh man.
So I was pretty nervous and I chickened out and I left a lot of people in the lurch. Obviously, there was an understudy, but it still haunts me to this day. And that was nearly 40 years ago. I have not acted since.
I mean, that's a stressful situation. That doesn't feel good, even if everything had gone perfectly. But that makes sense that it's stuck with you. That's a big emotional moment. Do you eat pimentos ever nowadays, or are you kind of like?
I did not until I met my wife, and hilariously, her mother is somewhat famous for making pimento cheese.
Oh my gosh.
So there's a lot of pimento cheese in my life now.
Got it. Wow. Well, it all comes full circle.
But up until that point, no, I stayed away from the pimento cheeses.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, buddy? Do you eat pimento cheese?
It doesn't present itself in my life as much as it does yours, I guess.
Not pimento cheese material.
Right. Yeah, my book. I'm trying to think if there's anything that's like, oh, I can't do that anymore because of something that happened for a long time, I didn't really trick or treat in my childhood.
What?
This story is best told through my Grammy's perspective.
R.I.P. God rest her soul. I'm sorry for your loss. I know you guys were real tight.
Yeah. Thank you. And this is a good example of one of those moments. She was handing out candy at our house, and I had just left with my parents in a little Tigger outfit. Not 5 minutes later, my Grammy hears this, "What?" And then an orange blur zooms past her into the house as I run away from trick-or-treating for probably 9 years. I didn't go back out.
What happened, bro?
It was as simple as just some guy in like skeleton skull mask, but with long hair. And he just like jumped at me, a little 4-year-old. And I was like, that's terrifying. I never want to experience that again. I'm out.
Oh my gosh. So we got not pimento cheese material, not trick-or-treat material. This is awesome. Wow. So what made you finally get back out there? I mean, you took a 9-year hiatus, dude. You're almost out of the trick-or-treating years by then.
Exactly. I think it was partially that. I knew that it was quickly becoming not as socially acceptable for my age to go trick-or-treating. And I had a group of friends that finally were interested in like doing something together, trick-or-treating wise. And so when I finally got back out there, I went as a greasy gamer guy. I made a little holster for a video game controller out of a French fry container and had my little headset on. It was pretty good.
Wow. Do you hand out candy for trick-or-treat these days for Halloweens? Do you partake on the adult side of it?
We would love to. In our neighborhood here, we don't get any trick-or-treaters. There's a lot of kids around, but I think it's just the way that our apartment is. It's kind of up some creepy looking steps that if you're a kid, you're probably not thinking there's candy up there.
Yeah, that's not what you're thinking is up there. There's monsters up there.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm a little jealous. In my neighborhood, it's kind of a small neighborhood, and the houses are fairly close together. So it's the perfect place to go trick or treating because you can hit a lot of houses in a little time. And we have developed a reputation of handing out full size candy bars, and so every year there's more and more and more.
Whoa.
And I think this last year there was 230. That's a lot of full size candy bars, my man.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa.
It is nuts. So I'm jealous of your nobody knocking on the door.
You got to make a hard shift from full-size candy bars to pennies and toothbrushes.
You know what? I can't give out pennies now. They're antiques.
Oh, that's right. They just stopped making those.
They're done. No more pennies. What?
So you're right. They'll actually love that. They'll be like, "Whoa,
what is this?"
yeah.
They're gonna bite on it like a gold digging old timer. What is this?
Yeah. What happened to this quarter?
Yeah. What had the quarter shrunk? These people are evil.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Streetwalkers, here's a word from our sponsors.
Killers don't just take lives. They reshape everything they left behind. A quiet back road, a busy stretch of highway, a house that once felt safe, now a shrine to everything that went wrong. Across Texas, deserts, fields, and bayous keep their secrets buried, but not forever. From the creators of Gone Cold comes Of Hell, Texas True Crime, a podcast about the state's most depraved killers and the scars they left on every town, every family, every mile marker they touched. Stories that ask one burning question: were there more victims? Some folks aren't just from hell, they're of it. Of Hell, Texas True Crime, coming soon. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
Let's get back into it.
Let's talk about improv. Why improv? I know you were doing some acting in middle and high school, but what made you decide to tap or scratch the improv itch?
It was doing the musicals with Valverde School of Performing Arts. And I wouldn't say it was a reputation, but if something went wrong during a performance, I kind of had a bit of a knack of like, well, I'll just say something that fits to try and fix it. And then one of the older people in the cast was like, Jack, in the high school you're going to go to, they have this thing called improv. And my only experience with it had been, whose line is it anyway? So I didn't understand that you could do that with a school club. So once I realized I was kind of already doing it, I was fascinated in learning the actual technique about it and how it started, all that kind of info about it. I just really have always enjoyed making people laugh, making things up on the spot, and
funny voices.
Yeah, doing silly voices. It just really lends itself to that instant creativity instead of having to sort of nail down the lines of every single character in the play like you did. I can just pop up on stage and do whatever. And that's very appealing to me.
Yeah, it sounds very freeing.
Mm-hmm. It's freeing, and also I really love the team aspect of it. There's always other people ready to jump in and help or make a joke even better. Compare that to, stand-up, which is so much more solitary and like me versus everybody else.
I like the verses. I like that you threw verses in there.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not you against the audience. Calm down.
Yeah, right. Don't get angry if they don't laugh. Just do better.
Yeah, just know that they're stupid and move on.
Right, that too.
It's not your fault they're dumb. Jeez.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining that the high school improv team, there was a teacher. I know you mentioned, learning some of these techniques. Like, who were you learning them from?
The way that our club worked, we had a teacher in the room, but he wasn't doing any teaching.
So he was in the room, but not of the room.
Exactly. Yeah. He was more guidance for the club. Just the adult in the room, and the people teaching were other improvisers that were the seniors. So it was just babes teaching babes. So it was a lot of really just doing short form stuff, little games like Whose Line. Learning didn't really come till college, where I was in Orange County in Fullerton, and I found an improv group there, and they had classes that you could just go take a $10 class for one day. It was a really great community and place to learn.
So were you learning things like for this $10 a class, like did you take away some real world knowledge? Like did you learn things in those $10 classes that you take with you to this day?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Those basic classes usually are all about how to interact with other performers on stage. You can easily just put that one-to-one with people in real life.
Not just on stage. You're talking about like just in regular relationships with people?
Yeah, exactly. It really helps you not worry about saying the right thing and just being honest, because that is going to be the right thing that should be said in that moment. If you're feeling it, then you should just say that. You shouldn't worry about saying the perfect thing, or don't worry about being funny, because through honesty, funny things may happen.
Kind of the that whole out of the mouths of babes thing, right? Like children say the darndest things. It's because they're not in their head trying to make sure they don't say something that they shouldn't say or whatever. They're just saying whatever.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And that's actually a really big portion of my acting, not theory, but practice, I guess.
Style?
Style. Thank you. Yeah. It is really all about getting that childhood play feeling back. That just totally unlocks all kinds of emotions that you could easily do when you were playing pretend as a kid on the playground. And it's just about getting rid of that inhibition as an adult to try and get back in there and be okay with being wrong, being silly.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun place to live in that workspace.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about Heatwave.
Heatwave is a team of me and two other people, Patrick Gremion and Elena Martinez. We met doing a audition for Upright Citizens Brigade, a famous improv theater in Los Angeles, in case anybody listening doesn't know.
Started by
Amy Poehler and Matt Besser and Ian Roberts.
Good job.
Thank you. That was a close one. But we all met through a failed audition at Upright Citizens Brigade. We were thrown into a team together and really enjoyed what we were doing with each other, but not enough to get on the show that we were auditioning for. But we all liked each other enough that we decided to just meet up on our own.
I'm going to push back. Your choice of vocabulary is interesting. This was not a failed audition, because here's why. You got these two friends and this heat wave out of it. So it wasn't failed. Maybe you didn't know what the goal was. The universe had a different goal for that meeting than you did. So there.
Totally. I feel that. I think that's a fair way to look at it. I think, yeah, it was definitely just the intended purpose for the audition was the only failed part. Otherwise, I absolutely agree. I'm so glad to have gotten these two friends and our team out of it.
And how long have you guys been together as Heatwave, or hanging out, or doing improv?
Oh, gosh, I think 2 years.
That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. The way we do it is we just say, hey, guys, we're Heatwave, and all we need is one word. What is something that makes you sweat? And then we take that suggestion, whatever it may be, and just do some scenes.
Is it always what makes you sweat? Is that always the kickoff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's something that makes you sweat? And then, after we get that, we say, now that's hot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a little weird process in the acting biz, and I need you to help us understand this.
Sure.
I need you to tell me about your 3 union vouchers on your journey to becoming a SAG-AFTRA member. What were the projects and how does that process work?
Yeah, absolutely. That was when I was doing my background acting a little bit into my sophomore year of college, and I was just trying to get out onto any sets of any kind. And it's been so long, I cannot remember the first two. I think it was the show The Middle was my first voucher. The way that works is on a set, you have non-union background actors and then a set number of union background actors that they have to hire for their production. And sometimes a union background actor will not show up. And so then that's just a voucher in the wind that a non-union actor could ask them nicely, like, oh, hey, they didn't show up. Could I work under that SAG voucher? And since they know that's part of the system, you need 3 to be able to be eligible to join the union. Typically, they're like, oh, okay, sure, you can have that golden, and we call them golden vouchers because they're yellow, as opposed to the blue payment vouchers for non-union.
Let's take that example of The Middle. You walk up to the PA, and you're like, hey, any chance I could grab onto that voucher or whatever? Do they ask you how many vouchers you already have?
Sometimes, not in my case, they hadn't. They usually didn't. It was usually the check-in in the morning with a PA production assistant walking up and as nice and politely as possible, just, if this happens, if there is a golden voucher available for SAG, please, I would love to work under it. And then ideally you expect nothing, so then they can surprise you maybe with, hey, yeah, sure, here you go. I usually like to live life that way. Lower expectations means everything is surprising and interesting. So I can't exactly remember the middle project, but I know my last one was the Florence Pugh movie Fighting with My Family. Did you ever see that one?
No.
That's okay.
I mean, I'm a fan of Florence. I've seen some of her stuff, but I don't think I've seen that one.
This was like early in her popping off of her career.
Then I definitely haven't. I think the first time I saw her was in Little Women.
Oh, nice. Well, she plays this wrestler that was like a real wrestler, and her character is like goth. So I was playing a goth fan of hers, and so I had to just put some eyeliner on and put on some black clothes, and that got to be my final sort of ticket to be eligible to join the union, was standing next to Florence for a second and being like, we love your stuff. I think they did like feed us one line, but...
Oh, wow, you got a line and everything. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, again, walk us through this, listeners all over the world. Everybody's not entirely familiar with the process of becoming an actor and the union and all that.
Yeah.
So your 3 union vouchers won you the opportunity to do what?
So once you have your 3 vouchers, that means that you are eligible to join the SAG-AFTRA union, Screen Actors Guild, American Federation T Radio. And you have to take your 3 vouchers that say that you have worked as a union person and deliver them to the union's local chapter and say, hey, here's proof that I've worked 3 times. Will you let me pay you a lot of money to join your union? And they'll say, sure. When I joined, it was $3,500 to join the union. And they offer like payment plans and things like that. So that's nice.
$3,500 is a lot of money for somebody who is barely working in the field and is excited about the fact that there even is a payment plan. $3,500 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Tell me how you raised that money and what made you decide to do it in this fashion. I think it's genius. Tell me about it.
Oh, thank you. Well, I decided to start a GoFundMe for it because, well, it was something I'd never done before, a GoFundMe, or asking, the people around me for help funding something. And the way I thought about it was, if I took every person who had ever said great job to me after a show, improv or a play, if they all gave like $1, I could probably get this goal. So I put it up on GoFundMe and just asked everybody if they could give what they could to help me achieve my dream. Sure enough, little by little, I got to about halfway. And then my grandpa actually heard that this was all happening. And, I didn't want to just go, Grandpa, pay for me. And so he heard about it through the grapevine, like my dad or something, and decided to give me a bond that he had got for me when I was a baby. This was like a $2,000 bond that helped me get to the rest of the way on the fee. And I was finally able to pay to join and start working on other union sets with lines and everything like that.
That is really sweet of your grandfather.
It was, yeah. There was a little bit of like worrying that this is a little nepotistic, even though he's not in the business at all. I don't know. We everybody that needs help deserves help wherever it comes from, I guess.
We get by with a little help from our friends, right? And sometimes our family.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is awesome.
Hey, Streetwalkers, here's a word from our sponsors.
Warning. Not listening to Fascination Street podcast may cause unexpected side effects. Side effects may include sudden fits of boredom, irrational curiosity about everything you missed, the inability to name your favorite podcast interview, spontaneous ignorance of obscure celebrity stories, talking to coworkers about nothing because you didn't hear the latest episode. Other symptoms may include excessive use of the phrase, wait, what happened? Chronic seriousness with no trace of laughter or delight, unexplainable urge to scroll aimlessly instead of being entertained. In rare cases, not listening may lead to wandering aimlessly through podcast apps, overexposure to true crime reruns, and thinking you're cooler than you actually are. If you find yourself experiencing any of these symptoms, stop what you're doing immediately and download Fascination Street Podcast. Ask your podcaster if Fascination Street Podcast is right for you. Spoiler alert, it is.
Let's get back into it.
I do want to give a special shout out to Lisa Pellegrin for helping make this happen. She was kind of the go-between that made this all work out. So thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to beat around the bush. I need to know more about Hacks. The lead character in the television show Hacks is the most my mother person that I've ever seen on screen.
Oh, wow.
She looks like my mother. She acts like my mother. She talks to people sometimes like my mother did.
Mm.
She has relationships sometimes like my mother did. Like the biting comments and the sweet, sappy love comment. Like that is my mother. So much so that my mom introduced my wife and me to each other. And we were watching the first season and like, I think maybe we were 2 episodes in or something. And I stopped and I just looked at my wife and I said, does she remind you of anybody? And before I could say the word anybody, my wife said, your mom. This is your mom. This is definitely your mom. And then I texted my sister and I was like, are you watching this? Like, this is mom.
Oh.
And she's like, no, I haven't checked it out yet. And she's an actress too, my sister. And so she checked out and she goes, holy shit. This is mom. So I need to know how you got on to Hacks. What is your character on Hacks? Are you coming back on Hacks? Tell me all the hacks.
Absolutely. This was a classic audition that came through my agent, Lisa Berman from Berman Sachs Talent Agency, LLC. And I was asked to just film myself doing improv exercises because that is the character. It's a guy on an improv team at Deborah Vance's alma mater, her old college. And I'm a part of the group that is asking her to play with us as a sort of, alumni show. For my audition, I did an exercise called Crazy Eights, where you just shake each limb for 8 counts. So after you've done each limb, then you do 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 4, and do that on each limb to sort of get yourself all moving and lubricated in your joints. They had me on, and I was one of the improv team that was playing Zip Zap Zop with her. I get to go zip or zop at her face, and she goes, no,
No, thank you.
Jean Smart was so sweet. and really cool to work with.
I've seen her in so many things, but none of those things were my mom until Hacks.
Right.
She wasn't my mom on Designing Women. She wasn't my mom on Garden State. Like, she's not my mom.
Yeah.
She wasn't my mom in A Simple Favor. Like, that's not my mom. But on Hacks, that is 100% my mom. That's wild because my mom passed away in 2013.
Wow.
So she never got to see herself on television.
Right.
But getting to see Deborah Vance / my mom, the show's amazing, but just that little bit of endearment to me is a huge reason why my wife and I are just biting our nails waiting for the next season. Like every episode, we're just like, is it out yet? Is it, what day is it? Is it out yet? How about now? Now? Like we love it so much. So
me too.
I don't imagine a scenario where she's going to go back to that alma mater, but I hope that somehow your paths cross on the show again.
I could imagine this character graduates and then ends up on a show.
And then is looking for a job as a writer, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Anything could happen.
Nice. I'll reach out to Paul.
Oh, thank you.
Ted, there's a movie about a talking teddy bear. And then from that movie, they made a television show out of it. And you, my friend, I don't know if you know this, you're on that show. You're on the Ted television show.
Whoa.
Zoiks, right? Zop.
Mm-hmm.
No, thanks. Was that another just regular audition?
Yeah, that came through Lisa as well. It was classic. You get a scene to read. I believe the scene was the one where I am outside with John Bennett and Ted. It said that it needed to have a Boston accent, and my grandpa from earlier has a Boston accent. He grew up in Watertown, Massachusetts.
Sure, Watertown.
Yeah, so I mentioned that in my slate. I was like, oh, I'm Jack, and my grandpa's from Watertown, so I've got the accent in my blood. Then I got on, and I got to do 2 episodes because the first episode was split into 2, and I had a dialect coach for the Boston accent that I would work with outside.
Did they provide that?
Yes, they provided that, and I do an hour going over my lines and determining what vowels sounded like what in the accent. It was really fun. I mean, as I'm sure you probably gathered with my silly voice stuff, I love accents as well. I really find it fascinating work.
I would imagine that you do have an ear for accents, being that it is one of your favorite cornerstones of your business.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like to work on a Seth MacFarlane joint?
To me personally, I was intimidated because Seth MacFarlane just loomed so large in my life. School, everyone quotes Family Guy and American Dad, but I didn't need to be intimidated because he is so professional on set.
Was he there?
Yes, he was actually on set directing and doing the Ted voice on set. They have this really awesome technology that his company Fuzzy Door came up with that involves CGI items. You can now, through the camera viewfinder, see where a CGI object or character is going to be as you're filming it.
Really?
Yeah.
So in real time?
Yeah, it's not fully rendered.
Sure.
But you can get your item in its exact size, at least, where it's going to be in frame. And so Seth had a little corner of the set where it had the screens showing without Ted and then with Ted. And then he was doing the lines in the scene as well. So he's just a hard worker as well. And was not hands off, I'll do the lines later or anything like that.
Yeah, that seems so wild because it's wholly unnecessary for him to do that. It definitely doesn't need to be in the voice, and it doesn't need to be him who's doing it on the set. That's wild. Oh, that's going to be ADR anyway. That is insane.
Yeah.
And to think we almost lost him. He almost never was. That's insane.
It absolutely is. I was really struck by his work ethic in that way. Because like you said, it's not necessary, but I do think it definitely helped all of our performances, knowing exactly what it's going to sound like. And also he would do improv like that too. And then that helps us get fun improv in there too, which is so hard when you have a CGI character you have to think about usually.
Right. Well, and also it helps just the morale and the team building of knowing that the captain of the ship gives a flying shit about the ship.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like he cares so much that that's what he's doing. I think that's awesome.
Oh yeah. Fantastic.
Way to go, Seth MacFarlane. Have you been to any of his Christmas parties?
Yes, I was lucky enough to be invited the last 2 years.
Is it still at his house or no?
No, I've not been to a party at his place. They've mostly been rented out spots in LA.
So he has this thing at his house. He like bought his house, and then I think he bought like each of the neighbors' houses or something so that he could have all that property. And he has this thing at his house where it's a full-size movie screen that comes out of the ground.
Oh, wow.
It just like raises up, and it's a full-size movie screen.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah, that must be incredible.
That guy is nuts. Okay, so then we talked about Hacks and Ted. Let's juxtapose that with Never Have I Ever. Tell me what it's like to work for 3 seasons on a Mindy Kaling joint.
On my time in Never Have I Ever, I always felt that the crew and the cast, it was a very familial, sweet tone. I never felt othered or like just a piece of a project. I always felt included in making the project as good as it can be. And I felt that from everyone else on set too. It was a great experience, and I would definitely do it again. I was so lucky that my one day that I was hired to do got stretched out into 4 seasons even, actually.
Oh, was it 4? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no worries. But the 4th season is where my character gets his big episode, where I get to be coached on swimming by the show's hottie Paxton, played by Darren Barnett.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if I understand it, when you did meet Mindy Lowe those many years ago, she was so mean, and she was the nicest, most sweet and kind. She treated you like you were the star of the show, even though you weren't. Like, is that right? She treated you like you were just as amazing and integral as everybody else on the show. Is that right?
Yeah, I'd say so. It was at the rap party for season 1.
I had no idea that she could rap.
I know, it was crazy, and she did it the whole time.
That is nuts. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, I didn't know, but it makes sense. She can do anything. Why can't she do that?
Right. And I got to meet her there, and I just thanked her for, expanding my role past its 1 episode. And she was very sweet, saying that her and the writers loved writing that character. So it all worked out for all parties involved.
I talked earlier about your use of certain phrases, and your vocabulary was a little fascinating to me. When you were telling that story, you said that you felt lucky that they liked your character enough to expand the role. That's not how it went down.
Oh, no.
No, I have personal inside information. It is not because you got lucky. It's because you crushed it, and they loved what you did, so they wrote more for you to do.
Well, thank you.
So it wasn't luck. You earned it. And Mindy will tell you the same thing. She told me yesterday. So she would tell you the same thing. She didn't tell me yesterday. It might have been a few days before yesterday. But anyway, that's what she said. That's what she said. That's
well,
funny.
Thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. You deserve it. You earned it. Do you still, every once in a while, dance like an Egyptian and walk into walls to impress the ladies?
No, I left that move back in kindergarten. I decided that there were plenty of other dances, plenty of other ways to pretend to hurt myself. like one that I learned in probably fifth grade. In California, the schools are indoor and outdoor. And so there's a lot of double doors swinging out to the outside with a big pole in the middle to latch them. At the bottom, there's this loose little piece of metal on this pole that I'm not sure why it's loose, but it makes a really loud noise if you kick it and then throw your head back like you just hit the regular pole. That one got quite a few good laughs.
Wow, that's a good one.
No dates, but good laughs.
I'm digging it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can catch Jack on everything from 4 seasons of Never Have I Ever on Netflix. He was on Good Girls, Modern Family, Fighting with My Family, but he was cut out. What? Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the Florence Pugh thing that got you one of your vouchers?
Yeah, as long as you did the work, it doesn't need to have made it into the movie. It still counts.
I love that so much.
Mm-hmm.
I think that also applies to royalties, if I'm not mistaken.
Some of them, yeah, not commercials. You do have to be able to recognize
Sure.
yourself in a commercial.
You have to be able to recognize yourself? What does that mean?
I know. That's the language that I was told.
Like, why is that my job? You guys owe me money.
Yeah, right. Like, oh, that could be anybody's back of the head. But if you say that's yours, you have to prove it.
Holy shit, I'm about to be rich.
Yeah.
There's so many people who have the back of my head, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Jack has also been in Those Who Can't, Why Women Kill, where he did a stunt but did not get stunt pay, oddly enough. Also, Hacks and Ted, like we talked about. And then my least favorite of all of Jack's acting credits, not because of his performance, but because of the show, Young Sheldon. Now, here's why I don't like Young Sheldon. Where is Young Sheldon from?
Texas.
Right. And he, at least on The Big Bang Theory, he mocked Texas incessantly.
Mm-hmm.
He made fun of us. And that guy is a rascal, so I am not having it.
I understand. I get it.
Jack, where else can people see you? I mean, I know you did all these things. What did I not mention? What's coming up or what is recent that I didn't name?
Oh, sure. A movie I worked on just came out called Ick. It's a horror comedy, and I play one of the teenagers in that movie. You can find it on Amazon, I think.
Is it ICK?
Yep, ICK. You can find it to rent or own on Amazon Prime right now.
That has Brandon Routh and Mina Savari.
Yeah.
Okay, and Jeff Fahey. All right. I say, oh, look at that, Jack Seavor McDonald. I'm loving this. All right. Okay, I'm in.
It's a great cast. It was filmed in Texas.
Where?
Just north of Houston. Well, not just north. It's probably an hour north. Woodlands.
Yeah, that's the Woodlands.
Yeah.
They say the Woodlands. Like y'all say the 10 or the 5. They say the Woodlands.
I see. Okay. Yeah, so that you can watch that. You can still watch Ted, Never Have I Ever, and all those other great projects you mentioned.
Is Ted over?
There's a second season coming out.
Are you in it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm not sure when that's supposed to be coming out, but
Sure.
I'm pretty certain it was announced. It had to have been announced. But I don't know when it is coming out. Keep an eye out for it, though.
So that is a thing that is coming up and still a thing. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a bully in that show?
I am. Yep. I'm a
Good
big
for
Boston
you.
bully. Thank you.
Good. Well, all of Boston is a bully, but good for you.
Yeah, true.
Jack, tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Instagram at Jack Seavor, JackSeavor. And then on TikTok at Jack Seavor, and then the number 8.
8?
I guess there were 7 other Jack Seavors. They had a weird naming convention in the early days of TikTok. They were like, no, you can't have 1 through 7 or any of the other numbers, but we're suggesting, why don't you take 8? Nobody else is doing that.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why are you not using McDonald in your social medias?
Back when Twitter was Twitter, I attempted on there to be Jack McDonald. I actually caught a little guff from some other Jack McDonalds who are like, oh, I'm the original. You're not Jack McDonald. I'm at the Jack McDonald.
Yeah, that sounds like Twitter.
Yeah, right. And so I was just like, okay, I'll leave McDonald off. Jack Seavor is a little harder to find another one. Mm-hmm. Oh, and you know what? Earlier, when you had asked about dancing like an Egyptian to impress the ladies, I should have mentioned that I did meet my spouse, Joe, performing improv together. We were on a Harry Potter improv team where we were just pretending to be in that magical world, not necessarily the main characters. And then just every show we would do a different comedic scene set in that magical world.
I love that even in the pretend times when you are playing and playing make-believe, even then you're not the main character. What is that all about? You're just like, you know what? I'm just going to be background over here at Hogwarts. What?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's really, I love fleshing out every possible detail in things like that. Something that the writer didn't care to explain or just didn't do it. And then finding out if this is possible, what happens then. Really classic fun stuff.
Well, congrats to you and Joe. How long have you two been married?
Thank you. We've been married since 2022.
2022.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mazel tov.
Thank you.
Jack, before I let you go, is there anything we didn't talk about or I didn't ask you about specifically that you wanted to talk about today? Like, did we cover the big bits?
I think we did. Yeah. We covered just about everything, I think. I mean, not everything, but you're an excellent interviewer. I loved your questions.
Go on. No, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Jack Seavor McDonald, dude, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day and your hectic walking around like an Egyptian and running into walls schedule to hang out and let us get to know you a little bit better on Fascination Street, man. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. It was a really good time.
It was 100% my pleasure, and I will let you get back to being an ancillary character in the Harry Potter improv universe.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend, buddy. I appreciate it.
All right. You too, Steve. See you later.
Bye-bye. Opening music is the song FSP Theme, written, performed, and provided by Ambush Vin. Closing music is from the song Say My Name off the 2021 album Underdog Anthems, used with permission from Jack's Hollow. If you like the show, tell a friend, subscribe, and rate and review the show on iTunes and wherever else you download podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. All the episodes are available there as well. Check me out on Vero at Fascination Street Pod and TikTok at Fascination Street Pod. And again, thanks for listening.